How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? So basically, where I live right now, there is a massive snowstorm, and it literally is giving us like 6 inches to a foot of snow. This is the most snow we've had this year and also last year. This is the most snow we've gotten. There is a ton of snow outside, and so I'm kind of stuck at home. I can't go anywhere because this snow is so much. And so today, I'm going to be talking about some high ideas for the Ancient Gods Part 2 for Doom Eternal, expanding upon support runes. And in the background, we're going to be having the cultist-based master level gameplay. Because of course we have to have the cultist-based master level gameplay because it's snowing in-game, it's snowing outside. I want this to be IRL. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Gunz Is Wearier. Let's get right into the video. So basically, this is just going to be an open discussion, and I want you guys to contribute to it. So any ideas you have for the Ancient Gods Part 2, for expanding support runes, new upgrades possibly, please leave those in the comments. Because quite frankly, you guys are an integral part of this whole thing. Because I'll say one thing, someone else will say another thing, then you guys will give us another idea, and it's beautiful. So let's get into this, shall we? Basically, I want to see some juicy new upgrades in Tag 2, because quite frankly, in the Ancient Gods Part 1, we're playing as a fully loaded Slayer like we did after we beat the Icon of Sin in the base game. We have all the runes, we have all the Sentinel crystals unlocked, but I think it'd be really cool to give us a new set of Sentinel crystals or something like that to unlock in the Ancient Gods Part 2. Now, they're supposed to be making this DLC a lot harder than DLC 1, which I'm all for. But I also want to see some cool new upgrades alongside that. As we boost up the power and intensity of the demons, maybe give us some optional things we can boost up as well for ourselves. Maybe an upgrade that reduces the time it takes for your chainsaw to refuel itself. Maybe it refills 2 pips on its own instead of just one. That might be kind of cool. Maybe giving us a little bit more ammo or armor, something like that. And whatever this new weapon is going to be, it's going to be a quote giving you a juicy new power. And so that'll be very cool to see whatever that weapon is going to be. It's going to be taking up the Crucible slot. And so we will be able to finally put that into the gameplay without feeling like it's out of place, because the Crucible is for the base game. And then DLC 1 was all about that skill. You know, you had to use your weapons, you had to use your guns in order to take down Archviles and Tyrants. You couldn't one-shot them with the Crucible anymore. And then in the Ancient Gods Part 2, we're going to be getting a brand new weapon, which I'm actually very excited for. So, some of my proposed ideas for how they could implement some of these maybe new upgrades or something like that smoothly into Doom Eternal without really affecting the core game at all is with support runes. Now, we got 3 support runes in Tag 1, and that was the Extra Life support rune, the support rune that gave you double blood punch damage when your health was below 75, as well as the support rune that gave you a concussive blast that faltered nearby enemies, sort of like a remote detonation rocket. And so the only rune that was really that useful was remote detonation, as most players don't even let their armor get below 75, and a lot of people don't really seem to use extra lives that much in preparation for Ultra Nightmare runs. And so their deaths have some weight to them, and they can't just cheese it out by activating an extra life and continuing on. In addition, if something like an empowered marauder takes your extra life, you're going to have a hard time killing him in time to get that extra life back most of the time. So let's talk about how we can improve support runes in Tag 2. I think something like more chainsaw regeneration would be cool to see as a support rune. Maybe some expanding upon the basic runes, giving us maybe a super support rune that gives us 2 runes at once, something like this. Now, again, this is all just me kind of thinking out loud. None of this is set in stone. None of this is, information that we've heard or received. But I would love to see some new upgrades. Maybe something that gives us a little bit more ammo. Maybe something that gives us bonus damage against weak points or whatever. This is why I want you guys to leave what you guys think in the comments, because this will be quite useful. Let me propose this idea. In DLC 2, support runes are expanded upon. Maybe we even get a new set of support runes, and this is where those new upgrades can be. Something to change up the core gameplay just a little bit, because I do think the combat loop is perfect, but I do want something a little bit more, maybe a little bit more ammo. maybe a little bit more of a gimmick with something. I think that'd be pretty cool. As well as the meat hook platforming we're going to be receiving in Tag 2. This is going to be a incredibly hard DLC. And so, in order to complement that, as well as some of the new enemies we're going to be receiving, which have not been confirmed yet, but apparently we're going to be getting 3 new demons to rip and tear in the Ancient Gods Part 2. Now, I propose this will probably be a fodder, a heavy, and a super heavy in order to fit nicely with the enemies we have right now. So, leave your thoughts about the Ancient Gods Part 2 in the comments. Leave your ideas for juicy new upgrades, what you think the new weapon's going to be, just general discussion, because I want you guys to put your thoughts into this because I feel like id Software is going to be presenting something incredible. And I have no doubt they're going to hit the nail on the head and it's going to be glorious. So, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let's get this video to 3 likes and subscribe, all the YouTube things. I will be back with more videos soon. The Ancient Gods Part 2 for Doom Eternal. I think it's going to be awesome. So, all we can do is wait and get ready for what id Software is going to present. Ladies and gentlemen, rip and tear.